Welcome to the Kayla Lee Show, where we weave together magic and strategy in business to consciously and collectively quantum leap to our next level. Here, we're not just entrepreneurs, we're high frequency creators who casually break the rules when it comes to the standard business strategy. We're alchemists of our vision, weaving together the threads of our limitless potential. I'm your guide, Kayla Lee, and together we will awaken the divinity within your business, igniting the flames of your soulful expansion. It's time to lead with your magic, scale with your intuition, and market and sell from the heartbeat of your vision to create an aligned business that sets your soul on fire. Welcome back to the Kayla Lee Show. I am so excited to share with you a behind the scenes life and business update. There have been huge shifts happening in my world since, I want to say January 2024, but I think it actually started before that. I would say September. There have been significant shifts that have been happening in my world, and it hasn't been pretty. There have been huge moments or things that I have experiences that I've had to overcome, which would have typically broken me. But instead, I've risen like a phoenix and everything has just grown beyond there. But with every moment that I've had where I'm rising like a phoenix, there has been a polarity of heartbreak. And the heartbreak has looked like losing things that I thought I once valued or cherished, losing people in my life, in my business that I once valued, shifting into new levels that are expanding me and stretching me, and it feels so fucking uncomfortable to the point where I'm having to lead myself to new levels of new stretches with new voids that don't feel comfortable. And it's made me realize through all of these huge shifts that I've been navigating, where it feels like everything that I once knew is crumbling away from me, where the foundations and the strategies that I fall back onto that create safety and security within myself, within my life, within my business, they're all crumbling away too. And I can't help but tap into the magic that is within me. It's like I am being forced to stretch to a new level that is so fucking uncomfortable that I have no other choice to lean fully into it. There have been moments in my business where strategies, systems, structure, the foundations have been so solid. They're so solid because I have done it for 10 years. I've studied it. I've embodied it. This is how I've built my 2 multi-six-figure businesses. I teach my clients how to create that structure, that strategy, those systems, everything into their business so that they feel secure in their business. And I'm finding it really interesting that the strategies that I would typically lean into and get incredible results from no longer feel aligned. So when I'm working with clients and I'm sharing a strategy and I can feel energetically that it doesn't feel aligned with them, we will find a new way. We will find another way. We will find the way that is aligned for them and their unique vision. And so I'm finding that I guide my clients to their vision, to their aligned strategy through energetics, through channeling their highest potential, through source. And so I'm finding it really, really fucking interesting that I'm now having to navigate this within myself, where I'm finding I'm finding this huge magnetic pull. And even as I'm saying this, my ear is ringing. I feel like I'm getting a vision of an attunement fork. And it's like somebody has just tapped it and it's like, it's literally ringing in my ear. It's so, it's so beautiful. I'm finding it really interesting that at the exact moment in time where it feels like all of these structures, all of these strategies that I've fallen back into and have been the foundation of my business and life for 11 years now, are all crumbling away. And it's leaving me in this new space, which is this new level of stretch that is so uncomfortable. And I refer to it as the void. It's like I've taken a leap into the stratosphere and I have no idea where I'm going to land or if I'm going to land or how safe that landing is going to be. But right now I feel propelled into the stratosphere with no clear vision of how it's all going to look. And this is so far and so different to what my business has been up until this point. In my world, I have the ability to see the pathway, like a very far distance. Like if a client sits down with me in a one-on-one call and they're like, this is my gigantic vision, I can see their pathway. I see it so fucking clear. It comes through with absolute clarity. And yet in this moment, the one thing that has been able to support me in my huge significant moves in my own business, I'm really not seeing that clarity. And for the first time in my life, I am excited about it. And I'm going to share with you why. I'm going to unveil the shifts that I've been navigating behind the scenes as I stretch to new levels, new uncomfortable AF levels that would have typically resulted in me pulling back, hiding, keeping myself safe, doing all the things. Finding it really interesting as I'm sharing this with you. I have so much in my throat chakra. Scusi. So behind the scenes, I've been really working on understanding my ability to channel and deepening this work with my one-on-one clients and deepening this work with my Momentum membership clients inside of our Q&A calls. I've been leading myself differently when I show up in my business because I've noticed that since September last year, it didn't feel aligned for me. I could feel within my body to talk just strategy felt limiting. It didn't feel expansive. It didn't feel exciting. It didn't feel like, oh my God, there's magic. It felt like A plus B equals C. And when I lose magic, I show up differently. It feels like a job. It feels like a chore. It feels like, oh, I have to do this. And when I show up in that frequency and that energy, nothing feels good. I am literally designed to innovate, to create visions and bring them to life, to see things that others can't, to illuminate a pathway that's beyond what anybody else could see. I am here to bring to life, to birth new ideas, literally designed to do that. And so when I'm not given that creative freedom, that ability to birth new things, to constantly create magic, when I don't tap into that, I feel limited and contracted. And I literally spent the whole of March and a little bit of April so unwell. And it wasn't until I was sick that I actually started to unveil these shifts and I started to realize what isn't working and what is working. I started to ask myself the questions that I ask my clients. What feels really fucking good for you right now? What doesn't? What is your frequency when you're showing up and you're selling this program? And what is your frequency when you're showing up and selling something that lights you up? When I sold Collective Voice for the pre-sale, we literally sold 43 tickets within the first couple of days. Pre-sale was sold out within 36 hours. There is a frequency of how I was showing up and selling something that I'm so deeply connected to. And I started to tap into and notice my frequency when I was selling the things that I am so connected to, selling the magic, showing up in my magic, tapping into my magic, living and mentoring and coaching my clients through my magic, connecting to my channel, being that connection to source and the magic that is here around us. When I'm supporting myself in that way, I am on fucking fire. There is nothing that would hold me back. And as I started to ask myself those questions, again, I started to see, well, this is the magic that I launched expansion with. That's how connected I was to the results of expansion when I first launched it. That's how connected I was to every single woman who was inside of expansion when I launched it. When I launched Momentum at the beginning of the year, there were 19 women who joined. That is how connected I was to the vision and the results of the women inside of Momentum. But now I've also started to see there's an element of me that I wasn't really fully bringing into my programs, my mentoring, my coaching, my one-on-one, any experience inside of my brand. There was an element of me that was not allowing the world to see who I really am behind the scenes. So when you're in my world, you experience this. I can't stop it. I'm naturally mentoring and coaching my clients to breakthroughs, to new limits, to supporting them in their stretch. It's never just about strategy, and it's always about frequency. It's always energetics. It's always mindset. And I started to realize one of my greatest gifts isn't just, I could cry. It's not teaching strategy. The strategy is, it's like 20% of the result. It's your frequency, it's your mindset, it's your beliefs of what is possible, it's your fucking magic that is the 80%. And when I started to ask the women that are in my world, and when I started to, it's 11:11, what? Oh my gosh. When I started to ask the women in my world, my one-on-one clients, the women that were inside of expansion before I closed it, the women that are inside of Momentum, the relationships that I build, the most soul-aligned clients that I have never met before that reach out to me and ask me to work one-on-one with them, they believe in magic. They are lit up when they talk about human design. They are lit up when they talk about astrology. They are lit up when they talk about the universe. They lit up when they're talking about God. They are lit up when they're talking about the idea of there being more magic around us, more than just the everyday life. And then I started to really look at the women that I attract into my world, and they are visionaries. They're innovators. They are fucking magic. They love to dream big. They don't want to feel limited. They love doing everything different. They don't want to do the same thing as everyone else. And in fact, if there is one thing that they are doing that feels like somebody else is doing it, they want to go the other direction. They don't do copycat. And then as I started to realize the women that I'm attracting into my world, and I started to identify, holy shit, that's me. I'm that woman. If everybody goes left, I go right. Every single time. If everybody's like, you have to work 9 to 5, I know that I'm going to show you can work 9 to 1 and still make more money. I like to defy the odds, break the boundaries, and take everything to a new level. I fucking know that I am here to show and create an impact and show the world that there is more that we can experience without sacrifice. And I know that when I'm in my most highest frequency, when I am in my magic, when my ears are ringing, when I'm in the kitchen with my husband talking about fucking magic, I'm lit up. I know that my clients and my friends always refer to me as fucking magic. They are literally like, you are sprinkling stardust everywhere you go. So the more that I started to tap into and really listen to what everybody was saying around me and really pay attention to my frequency And what really lights me up, oh my gosh, my ears are ringing. I started to realize that I'm not just strategy. I can't do just strategy. I'm like 20% strategy and 80% magic. And then I started to pay attention to the conversations I was having with my clients in my containers and inside of my offers and inside of my programs and my one-on-one clients. And I started to ask them, and I started to pay attention to how I was coaching them. And then I started to realize I'm channeling their highest potential every single time I work with my clients. I channel strategies that I have never learned before or never seen done before, specifically for my clients, because I'm shown that it's going to get incredible results for them. Not only now do I see the pathway, but I actually see what their most aligned action is and the results they're going to get because I'm channeling their highest potential and highest self. It's literally a co-creation with the universe, with Mother Earth, with God, whoever it is that you believe in and what lights your heart and soul on fire. I am literally I'm a channel for them. And this has been one of the greatest gifts that I have been able to offer my clients and myself, my family, my friends, is my innate ability to connect to source and channel higher dimensions and shift my clients to higher frequencies. Imagine the moment where you are leaping into the air, into your own stratosphere, and you're filled with all this fear and doubt, thinking that it's not going to work, it's not going to be successful, people won't buy, all the things. Imagine having that ability to shift your frequency to hold that new stretch and that void, to know innately that you will get the results because you are divinely supported. This is what I've been able to do for myself and for my clients, is to hold them in that stretch, in that void, in that uncomfortable experience that they're having as they propel into new levels. Strategy doesn't fix that. Strategy doesn't do that. That's the 80% frequency, mindset, and energetics. That is how powerful a shift can be when you leap, before you land. You leap when you launch a product or a program, and you land when that program or product sells out. But there are moments when you are propelled into the stratosphere where you have no fucking clue where you're going to land and what that's going to look like. And it's in those moments where having the support, energetically, frequency, and mindset support that will help you to navigate that new stretch and that new level. And this is the magic. My magic is holding you in that space. I know what success looks like for you. I know it because I'm shown it and I'm channeling it. It's me connecting to your higher self, and I can see that with absolute clarity. And this is my magic. Being able to see that pathway and see your results and getting shown it. I don't have fear for you failing because I know it's not going to happen. I don't have fear for you to come crashing down towards the surface because I can see that's not happening. So do you want to know what's so powerful about the leap? Is having somebody support you with that level of conviction and confidence even when you don't have it yet. Do you know what's powerful about having a sold out launch? Your first launch selling out validates the fact that you are capable of holding a sold out launch. So when you sell out your launch, you're like, fuck yes, I can do it. I'm fucking good. I'm fucking incredible. But if you don't sell out that launch, you've created proof and evidence that you're not good enough, that it's not going to work and all the things, right? But before that land, you have no idea what's happening. And in that moment, it is easier to tell yourself the stories around X, Y, Z, all the reasons why, looking for literally all of the examples why it's not going to work. In that moment, your frequency is so fucking potent, and that is why you need to be aware of your frequency, your mindset, and your energetics. If you launch believing that you are going to fail, you will fail. If you launch believing that it will be fucking successful, and you trust yourself fully to pivot when needed, you will succeed. Your launch will sell out. This is one example of how strategy is incredible foundation in your business, but your energy, your frequency, and your mindset is literally 80% of your success. Your mindset, your frequency, and your energetics are so fucking powerful, and it will be the reason why you either succeed or fail. So you need to work with someone who has the ability to hold your higher frequency through multidimensional channeling with your higher self, with your higher potential, when you're not aware of it yet. You don't know, you cannot hold that level, but I can. This is my magic. This is what lights me the fuck up. This is how incredible it gets to be. When you can hold yourself in that frequency, that potential, that magic, when you do anything in your business that comes to strategy. If you create a piece of content that is extraordinary and you create it from magic, from frequency, from a knowing that people are going to see it and be obsessed with it and then reach out to inquire, to work with you or to buy the product, that can be felt on the other side. If you create a piece of content like, oh, I've just got to do this, what's the point? Oh, I just got to tick this box. That can be felt on the other side. When someone is scrolling Instagram, they will feel that frequency. Think about a moment in time when somebody has messaged you or a client has reached out to you. Oh my God, my ears are ringing. And a client has reached out to you and she's like, 1 minute, she's like, yes, you're it. You're the hairstylist. You're the photographer. You are the woman for me. I'm so excited. This is magical. It's amazing. I've been looking all year for you. And then she gets cold feet or something happens and she chooses somebody else for whatever reason. And then notice the energy when she responds to you to say that she doesn't need your services anymore, or she's booked in with somebody else, or she goes cold. That is the example of feeling the frequency on the other end. You can feel it. And if you're in my world, I trust and I know that you are highly empathic, which means that you can feel the emotions of other people in your world, your clients, your friends, your family. It's probably really fucking confusing because you probably don't even know the difference between yourself and theirs. You love making women feel fucking incredible and fucking beautiful. You love helping them to get that result. And it's because you care about them feeling that way or receiving that result or reaching that goal. That's the frequency. That's the feeling. That's the magic. And when you weave those elements, that frequency into your business, it amplifies the strategy that you are implementing in your business. So when you're showing up and you're creating content from that frequency, watch your business explode. If you're showing up and creating automations and workflows inside of your business to automate and streamline your entire business and get 10 hours back each week, and you weave that frequency into every single email, watch your conversion explode. When you show up and implement the strategy and you weave frequency into your strategy, You are literally creating magic and a pathway for explosive illogical business results. 20% strategy, 80% mindset, frequency, and energetics. What you are doing and how you are doing it. The what you are doing is your strategy. The how you are doing it is who you are being. Who you are being will amplify always what you are doing. If you are only doing what you are doing, the strategy, you are reducing and limiting and contracting your results. If you bring awareness to your frequency, your mindset, your energetics, your beliefs around your results and what's possible for you, watch your business explode. This is extraordinary. And the moment I tapped into what's possible, when you weave frequency, energetics, mindset into your strategy, it is the greatest opportunity that you will have to explode and create illogical results in your business. And this is exactly why I'm shifting how I show up, how I teach inside of every program, inside of every mastermind, inside of every one-on-one offer and container. It's never about strategy, and it's always about who you are being. One of my clients, I love her to pieces. And when we first started working together, it was always frequency and energetic work and mindset work that I knew that we would be working on. One lead gen strategy was not working. And instead of choosing to lean into a different lead gen strategy, I channeled what she was needing and we worked with her frequency, her mindset, and her beliefs. I channeled activations to help her to break through old patterns and beliefs that were holding her back. I held her at a higher standard and frequency because I know and I can see what she's capable of. And I knew through channeling that it wasn't a strategy problem. She needed support in her frequency, mindset, and beliefs. The moment we worked on that and we stuck with the same strategy for her lead gen, she brought in 4 new clients in less than 24 hours. It's never just strategy. It is always strategy and frequency. Who you are being as you are doing will create illogical results. I want you to allow this to land and just notice what you're feeling, what you're experiencing, what you're believing is possible for you. Where are you contracting yourself, limiting yourself, thinking you're not good enough, that it's not possible, that you won't get those results? Have you actually allowed yourself to dream bigger, to go beyond where you are now, to imagine, literally imagine having 100% clients converting every single time they inquire with you? How confident do you feel with that? How confident do you feel with your next event or product launch selling out? Bringing awareness to what you're thinking, feeling, your frequency, your energetics, your mindset will give you a pathway on what needs to shift for you to get bigger and better results. I am so excited. This is the beginning of a new journey for me. We are working on a rebrand behind the scenes. There is going to be so much magic brought into every element of my business. I'm going to be pivoting into helping my clients more unveil the frequencies that are holding them back, the energetics, the mindsets that are holding them back. Because I'm here for breakthroughs. I'm here for illogical growth. I'm here for exponential results. I'm here for uncomfortable stretches to new levels. And I'm here for holding my clients in every single one of those moments. It's like the opportunity to calibrate to a higher level without having to spend years making the mistakes. That's how powerful coaching and mentoring can be when you're breaking through to new levels, new frequencies, and having those solid foundational strategies in place is going to shift everything for you in your business. And I'm so excited to take you on the journey for the unveiling of the new rebrand that is happening. Just think like illumination, magic, frequency, multidimensional magic. I'm so excited. I will see you in the next episode. If you are obsessed with this episode and you have been casually binging the entire podcast, please subscribe, comment, and leave a review. It means the absolute world to me to see your reviews because I love seeing the impact that this poddy has through the conversations, the episodes that continue to ripple out beyond. I love you, and I will see you in the next episode.